I am rolling.
Alright, so welcome to the first episode of the podcast. Tonight we got a few topics to talk about, and we will have any guest speakers. Mainly, we're gonna try to, for those guest speakers, we usually want to try to get drivers mainly as the guest speakers, not really fans, because the fans don't know much because they don't show up to the actual races unless they watch the video. But the first topic
Wow.
is what are we gonna see on Friday night for the Daytona 500?
Uh, I honestly have no clue.
All right, so you're a driver. From your standpoint, what is
That is
going to
true.
be the main goal for most of the race? Um, I know there's other people. I mean, like from what I can see, people are going to. I don't know about Avery Motorsports, but like you got a couple of teams that wants to just sit back and relax, not damage their cars, so that way they can have at the end of the race. Because if you damage your car at the beginning, you ain't gonna have that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the main thing. That's the main thing you want to look into. Like there's a lot of drivers that will be chosen for this race to win, who has big chances. People like Cody, he's got a really large shot to win. Austin has a good shot. Ashton, good shot. I mean, anybody can win. Even you can. It's a super speedway, so you never know what really goes on.
There's really only two tracks that I've been really good at. Well, other than Auto Club, but that was interesting.
So, looking into Daytona, what is going to be the main factors that you think will happen? Since you were in the Daytona 500 last season, or for season two, and there's like what 8 or 9 drivers for that race, so it's very chaotic.
Yeah, it
What's
was.
going to be the number one thing you want? Where do you really want to be? You want to be front, back, or middle?
Honestly, I'll just take wherever I can get. Really, is where what I'm gonna be doing.
So for Daytona 500, in real life, it's like you got the manufacturers work together, but mainly teammates try to get with teammates. What do we see for Daytona? Are these guys going to work with anybody they can, or are they going to work with their own manufacturers? I know you got like people like Ultra, nobody to work with. He's the only Audi car. It's not really much shot of working with other Audi cars because he doesn't have any. Everyone else is either Chevy or Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even though Chevys do take the majority number, it's the biggest number or has more drivers on Chevy. You never count out those Fords.
Mhm. Sometimes I wish I could.
Sometimes you wish you could what? Count out the Fords.
Yes.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. So, once again, another season where there's no Toyotas. We might get Toyotas later on in the future, but no Toyotas at all. So far, no Toyota has won a championship still. If I'm not mistaken, it's only been Chevy so far. Chevy's the only won first season and the second season with Ultra in it. So even with and to be honest, even though Ultra's in an Audi, he still had a good shot to win that championship for a third time in a row. I mean, look at the past 2 seasons.
That is very
Strong
true.
cars both seasons long. Single first season he was by himself, no help at all, and still ended up winning. Then season two he had help half in the second half. While Fast didn't make the playoffs, Ultra it was still Ultra making it through all the way through without winning a single race. He actually, see, for this series, the way it works is you don't need to win just to advance into the next round. What you need to do is just be consistent and have good finishing position.
Yeah.
Because if you're at the bottom of the races every race and getting dead last every race, you're not gonna make it to that round. So another thing, I know you're not a driver and all, but what do you think you're gonna see for Charlotte? See, Charlotte is not like Daytona, or it's kind of gonna be similar like Daytona or the Daytona backstretch, because if you remember the front stretch at the Daytona
Yeah.
backstretch where it was narrow, that's
Yeah.
gonna be how Charlotte is the entire way around.
Hmm. I think it's
So,
gonna be interesting.
do we
It's
see more beating and banging, or do we see people actually trying to be more lenient with each other for this race?
well after the first race. I know you're talking about Legend Series. Plus,
Yeah.
also the first race we did at Daytona for the Legend Series, that was kind of chaotic. Every few
Yeah.
laps. I have a feeling it's gonna be the same way, but maybe more.
All right. So, in your predictions, who do you see coming up first and winning the Legend Series?
I'm gonna have to go with Ultra.
Because you got Ultra.
Yeah.
Ultra is definitely a good pick. He's won both races.
Yeah.
But if you don't remember, no, not last week, but the week before, with Dragons being Atlanta, he's got some good speed.
That is
He just
true.
needs to fix that. He just has to fix his speed during the second half of the race. That's where he needs to fix it at. I think the first half he's got it down. Ultra needs to fix his first half of the race.
Yeah.
Because right now, if he keeps doing the way he's doing, get second in the first half and then win the second half, and say like Dragons wins the first half, but we get second half. Dragons is actually going to catch Ultra in the end.
Yeah.
And then within like, because I think what Dragons is only like 5 points out, I think.
Hold up a sec. Where is the channel for it? Give me a sec.
Let's see.
I'm looking at points right now.
So, yeah, Dragons is only 5 points, and we still got over 5. We still got 7 races left. So if Dragon just keep up his way, he's gonna have a +2 advantage over Ultra by the end of the season. So, Ultra's got a little bit of working to do. Let's see, we got Charlotte this week. Next week will be the LA Coliseum. First time LUM's ever gone in. And then we go to a racetrack that hasn't been in LUM for a really long time. Everyone knows the reason though, except for you, Sky.
Wait, which track is that?
Last time the Charlotte Roval is back on the schedule.
Good
That's
thing I'm
when
not
we
racing
won.
it.
Yeah. They actually got 2 road courses on the schedule.
That wouldn't be very.
But do remember, so we're doing the Legend Series now. Once the Legend Series ends, we're gonna have like a 2-week, postseason, and then we're going to switch the Legend Series to late models.
Sounds interesting.
So they'll be back into they're similar to they're gonna look similar to the Cup cars. Well, actually not really. They're gonna be a lot smaller, but definitely gonna be. And the front end's a lot less boxy, unlike the Cup cars.
Yeah.
So, as you know, we got maybe 1 or 2 impatient Cup drivers. Let's bring in Ultra. See if Ultra can unmute himself.
Hi.
Yeah, he can. Man, so we got a few things to talk about.
Oh
With
boy.
you're so let's start with the Legend Series first because it's coming up. It's gonna be the first race on Friday before the Cup Series.
Mm.
So like I think you've been listening to us, and like we've been saying earlier, the first two races of the season so far, you've been consistently getting second in the first half, and then you win the second half. Is there a way you could fix your first half, or is it just that you're just making too many mistakes in the first half?
I feel like I just make mistakes in the first half. I really like to push the second. But that's when I really learn to track the most, honestly, where I'm most comfortable. But at
Yeah.
yeah, Charlotte, I didn't go too well. We'll definitely do more.
So I know, I know you've been hearing what was where the point standings are. You're 5 points above Dragons right now, but if there was a way you could fix the way you're running, what would you think is the for you would be the best way to fix how you're running? Is it you just need a
Simple,
a little bit more practice, or is it that you just need to find a line better?
simply just do better. That's all I can really think of.
I know Dragons had issues in the final stage because it was coming down for the win and all that good happy stuff. So the pressure is definitely up for the final segment because of it's a win. You can definitely put your name as a top tier Legends driver, and it
Mhm.
shows you're good at short tracks and all that. But what you, what do you think is going to happen these next couple weeks or so between like you, Dragons, and Frog?
Well, Frog's gonna keep being Frog and finish dead second. Okay, well, no, actually, that's my bad. Dragons is my main competition here, but he's also the only other person who shows up, so kind of has to be. But
Oh,
I feel like I can outrun him.
between you, Dragons, and Frog. Frog's the only other driver that showed up for both races, but Frog didn't have a good Atlanta. Had a great Daytona race. He just screwed himself over when he went for the points there at the end.
Yeah, he tried going for a really, really, really bad pass. I think he's aiming for the wall at that rate,
Yeah.
and he just switched targets to the wall from me. Anyway, moving
All
on.
right.
Next question.
So looking forward to next season.
Oh boy.
It's not the late models will not become D2 yet for the next season for them. But do you think you're gonna be running the late models just like you're here running in the Legend series?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean,
We
a lot more road courses, a lot more short tracks on the schedule.
we got
It'll be a
LUM.
longer season, and it'll be ran just like the Cup Series, basically. The same playoffs format, points format. Basically, don't need a win, you just need a do well.
Yeah, I'll run it. We have the money for a car.
So, now let's go to Daytona for the Cup Series.
Uh,
Man,
bad memories.
not much luck so far during those duels there. Right, qualifying speed is just duels. You were just not the greatest. What happened there? Did you have like an engine malfunction or?
We broke a toe link on the front left tire. It just threw us down the track. I had nowhere to go.
Facing the wrong direction, you took a
Yeah,
left turn towards the
this
wall and had a huge hit.
from, uh, it's from when the Sky sat on our car. He just put too much stress on it. On like the fifth lap, we just died.
We reviewed the
I
footage.
think
That was not my
your
fault.
toe link broke when, yeah, reviewing the footage. That was not Scott's fault. That was all Dragons. Dragons just made a bad push and got it right into you, causing you to go in the wall and him in the wall. Surprised Sky didn't have the same problem.
And then we were running our damaged car. We had a real scary moment there with I don't know who it was. that they nearly spun us, but no, because we tried Audi, we kept in a straight line mostly. Not really.
Well, going to Daytona, you're starting in the rear. What's going to be your thoughts on the racing for the most
Um,
part?
honestly, I feel like Cody's gonna be gunning for it. He's gonna try and go for two. I don't want that curse, so I will not be going for it. Like I'm not gonna throw position if I'm in first on the last lap. I'm not just gonna throw away position, but if you do what I mean. I'll just take it
Yeah.
easy, get good points in the first race, aim for second. That's our goal. And
So
then
you're basically going to kind of go on their same strategy from last season, kind of. Even though, yes, you wanted those wins early on because of the playoff point, but in the end, you still got good, consistency, finished really well, and still managed to make it all the way through the rounds and get yourself a championship. Is that
yeah,
going to be the same plan this season?
oh yeah, we plan to win another championship, a third trophy. Uh, the Saudi project's only gonna be one season, so we better make it worth it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Don't worry.
Sorry.
So, one last thing. During the duels, we saw the cone choose that's come before all speedways. For this track, which line do you think it's going to be the most preferred? Is it going to be the inside or outside?
Um, it's really just I'd say the inside. Just without it. You okay? Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was say
Siblings.
fucking A. Anyway, yeah, I feel like inside's gonna be the best, just because everyone's gonna go there. Because inside Kona tends to be faster, but how the cars are, you just can't really hold a high line. So if you try and go high, you're just gonna probably slide down on the cars on the inside and just ruin them.
No. Well, so I know you raced in Daytona 500. I think you raced in the Daytona 500 last season, and you raced in the duels this season. Is there a difference between the bump drafting and side drafting this season compared to last season with the cars?
Honestly, and in my opinion, it really wasn't. They drive the same, they feel the same. It's just they feel a bit clunky. I don't know how to describe it. They just feel a little sluggish. But
Well,
they
the
make
reason why the reason why I ask is because you've seen the last season they will bump draft and all that, but once the third part adds on, that's when you get those massive speed boosts. This season, it looks like they basically bump a lot for a fair amount of way, and increases that bump draft, and then finally the front person gets that massive speed boost and takes off. Is that something that's been different, or was that the same thing from last season?
um. I'll be honest, I was not paying attention. Can you say that again?
So, remember last season during even it was even for Talladega, but
I lost the memory.
if it was a two-car tandem, basically it would be just like normal bump drafting. You don't get the massive speed runs until a third car comes in and starts bump drafting it.
Oh yeah,
This
it's just
season it seems to be different. I mean, you saw in Duel 1 with Frog and Daniel how they were bump drafting together. They were almost pulling away from DJ Monster, but since he was in the draft, he was able to catch back up. Is that one difference in the cars, or has that been the same from last season?
last season it was if you fell out of draft or if you fell back, you didn't catch back up unless you had a buddy. But for these ones, I feel like oh no, other way around. The other ones you could catch up, but in these ones you need to stay in draft to get the pack. But obviously it's a super
And
speed, so you want to do that.
we got so of your picks, not picking yourself. Who's gonna be the main ones to watch for Daytona?
Obviously myself, and myself.
I said other than picking yourself.
Me then. Okay,
I said
kidding.
other than picking yourself.
Okay.
You got a lot of people on it, I think. Oh my god.
Yeah, not a lot of them are ones I want to say. Okay. I want to say Sky. You know, he's decent. Um,
Let the most laughs and go to.
I don't know why I said it like that. I kind of sound like a dick now. But
Nah, you're good.
oh okay. Oh yeah, he's bad then. Uh, I'd say Dragons is not really one to watch. You'll probably watch it go to the garage on lap 2, but that's about it. Um, Cody definitely, he's fast, but I could see him winning this race and cursing himself. But I'm talking way too much shit right now. But yeah, there's a lot of just everyone. It's really just anyone who can just get up there and stay up there. Really, like it's hard to predict. But Cody's gonna be one of them. I can tell you right now.
Oh, the curse is still on, living on. If you win the Daytona 500, you don't win the championship. Do you think anybody could break that? 'Cause so far, no one has.
I could do it. I'm kidding. I probably
So
could.
far, it hasn't been that
But
true.
I can't win a 500, but I can win like anywhere else basically, which makes no sense.
The closest you been to the Daytona 500, you, Bowman, and Dapper are fighting.
That was Pete.
That was your closest.
Oh yeah, Nashville. We had a good race. I think that was our only. Well, excluding Phoenix, not Phoenix. Homestead. I feel like that was our one legit, not legit. Ooh, hard fought win. I'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last season was just absolute chaos. Several play
Man,
applications. If we go to road courses, I will retire from full time racing from everywhere. I will also move out of the state and go to Brazil.
you said
So
road course racing?
they
was
better
There's
not.
looking.
one road course.
I was
They
looking at the
better
One
schedule.
road
There's
course.
one,
It's
Okay,
Block and Glen.
and I am skipping that race. I am not doing that.
I can live with that.
Yeah, I noticed that in the past you weren't the greatest at road course racing, but you gained two speedways and everything, you're perfect.
I know.
Just that. Now.
Shit.
Knowing you as a speedway driver, you're going to be really one of the ones to watch. We're mostly going to speedways this season.
Charlotte, the All Star race did not go well for us. That we never want to do that again. I was quite ashamed of myself after that race.
Which race?
All Star race.
Ah,
A really bad run.
That's the one I excelled at.
Okay.
yeah, that's the one that Sky won at.
Thank you for making me feel worse. Kidding. Um. Yeah.
Well, that's mostly the questions. Unless Sky, you got any questions?
Nope.
This guy's flabbergasted.
From what?
Simply being. I don't know.
Sky, not everyone. Who's your ones to watch for Daytona, the 500?
Hmm.
Gonna fucking see himself.
Nah, I can't do that.
No,
That's
not exposure, but exposure yourself.
If you say frog, I'm literally gonna leave.
Well,
well.
to be honest, he did have a good run in the duels.
I'm gonna say 3 people to watch. I'm gonna say Ultra is definitely one of them.
Okay.
Why did you sound so surprised?
I finished fourth in the last fight. Finished fucking.
Give me a sec.
Well, while he's doing that, I'll say the ones that we watch. Watcher, you're definitely one you do excel in them. It just last season was you were kind of held up by a couple people, so you couldn't really do anything until Valhalla was teaming up against you.
Yeah, we hired Adrian. Adrian Newey halfway through the season. That's why we were fast. Trust me. Adrian Newey.
Another one is Cody. Cody is definitely a good super speedway racer. Knows a lot about them. Knows a lot about the draft. Knows when to push and when not to push. Knows who to work with. He's got a good team backing him.
Half his team left.
Then you got Awesome. He's back with Silver Honda Motorsports. And here's the thing about Awesome. I don't know if you remember, but the first Talladega race, Awesome gets wrecked and flips in the air. I think if it wasn't for the patch fences not being death walls, he would have. He still did well, but if they would have been death walls, he would not have been finishing that race. He would have been done for sure.
For real.
I mean, he flew past skyscrapers. Sky seen it all.
Bring that up and then go get a towel.
Oh,
But
were you asking me something?
no, Awesome. Even though he flipped, he still came in and still ended up winning that same race. With the last clutch, fighting was fast, coming off of turn 4.
Yeah,
That's when Awesome made fast.
Talladega was. Oh Jesus Christ! I don't even want to talk about that. That was.
Hell. Another one is Daniel. Daniel's shown he's got good super speedway racing. I mean, I've never really seen him race much, but during those duels, he was definitely someone to watch out for. I mean, he got massive runs coming out of nowhere.
There's just. I feel like the playing field is level this season. The cars, we're all in equal equipment, basically.
Yeah. This season, I think everyone, no matter how bad of a driver you are, you might have a chance to win with just the way the cars are.
We could see fucking like Sky win 3 races in a row for all we know. It's just unpredictable.
Yeah. And that's all comes down to the side draft aspect. There's a lot of leagues I've seen that don't have the side draft. So basically, it's those who know when to block or which areas to block, and know how to run the bottom much better.
Oh.
Because in most leagues, if you run the top, you're screwed no matter what, unless you have like groove strips and everything. Then it saves you. But if you don't have groove strips, you're going to the rear if you're running the top line.
I was gonna say with the removal of fuel, since we've gone electric in LUM, we've gone full electric. I repeat, we are full electric cars now. 100%. Trust me.
No, we're not electric.
Oh, we're electric. Trust me, right, Sky?
He's still okay.
He's doing.
I want to add fuel into the cars. I'm still doing a lot of testing to see whether or not I can do it.
Bull fuel cell.
What I want to try to do is see if, like, super speedways have everyone bunched together and all, but during the speedways, maybe make it by luck. You got to have like a certain amount of speed and all of that compared to everyone else.
I would say, season, I feel like, because the cars were like, they had really good downforce last season. But,
yeah.
I feel like these ones can handle different. I don't know why. I feel like they are.
I feel like they have good chances to perform as well, maybe a little bit better than last season's cars.
Yeah,
I mean, one good thing about them compared to last season's car is these cars have reduced lag that I've noticed compared to last season's. Last season's, no matter how many cars were in the game, it was lagging like crazy, especially for me. But this season, during the duels, there wasn't that much lag. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
It wasn't when you were little, but we got it not all that long ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. I don't know. I don't know what to see coming this season, quite frankly.
Anything could happen. Well, if no one else got anything else to say, that's. Or does anybody else have anything else to say?
Oh yes. I'm now making a new drink called Two Time. A new energy drink called Mr. Two Time. Bye. Yeah. Also, I bought bought Sky's house. Anyway,
Hmm?
yeah, that's all I have to say.
What now?
Sky, you got anything?
Nope.
Alright, so this will conclude the first episode of the podcast. We might have another one at some point, but we might
Well,
have one next
I
week. But
I
right
bounced it
now,
off of it because I was using it,
this
and the ball
will
came
conclude
flying
this
off.
one, and maybe episode 2 will come out next week
Here's how we're gonna do this.
Real.
to do a post race analysis on Daytona, and then talking about what would happen at Las Vegas for next week.
Oh God.
Because you guys are playing with each other's stuff, and it's all breaking.
Mm.
And that's it.